With that, we have some breaking inputs coming in on Bangladesh. All right, and this is with regards to the completion of 5 months of the Mohammed Yunus interim government in Bangladesh. In fact, Shafiqul Alam, who's the press secretary of Mohammed Yunus, has spoken exclusively to CNN News 18. This is with regards also to the extradition of the deposed former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. He says that she's wanted for murder and forced disappearance of people, and there are allegations of corruption, extrajudicial killings, etc. Her rule was known for widespread human rights violation. He also says that during Hasina's time, an independent panel had submitted a report that they found $16 billion were siphoned off from Bangladesh by Sheikh Hasina and her government on proximity with Pakistan. He says that Yunus wants revival of SAARC and a good relationship with all countries. That includes Pakistan, and there's nothing suspicious in desiring that. On the state of minorities also, Mr. Alam has commented by saying that there is a lot of exaggeration in Indian media. We have issued figures on the number of people who have been arrested with regards to the violence ensuing upon the minorities, and we have restored order in Bangladesh. Let's also listen in to what the press secretary to Mohammed Yunus, Shafiqul Rahman, has to say.
And so we are speaking at a time when there are a lot of stories going around Sheikh Hasina's extradition. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, there are 2 arrest warrants from the International Criminal Tribunal in Bangladesh against her. And then there was this diplomatic note which was sent to the government of India by the Bangladeshi government to extradite her. Now we are getting to know that the Bangladesh has revoked Sheikh Hasina's passport. Talk to us a little bit about that. And is there a possibility that Bangladesh could send another note to India regarding her extradition?
I think we have already made our desire quite clear. We sent a note verbal to India, and we hope India would respond to it.
Sir, also would like to know that the diplomatic note which has been sent, it's a note verbale, which is considered as a very low category diplomatic communication. How would you like to react to that?
It doesn't matter what is low or it's your interpretations.
Okay.
I think we are maintaining diplomatic norms, and we acted accordingly.
Sir, so far India's position as far as Sheikh Hasina is concerned is very clear, and India has no plans to use her as a diplomatic tool, or perhaps send her back to Bangladesh, anything like that. But is there any fear with the government of Bangladesh regarding her presence in India?
We have made our point quite clear. She is wanted for murders. She is wanted for enforced disappearance of thousands of people, for all sorts of atrocities, murders of some 1,500 people, mostly students, during July-August protest, mass uprising, and then there are allegations against her of ranging from corruptions to extrajudicial murders of massacres. A lot of her 15 years was rule was known for widespread human rights violation, murders, mayhem, and obviously unprecedented level of corruptions. So she is wanted for a lot of crimes here.
Right, Siddhant's been bringing us those breaking inputs. He also joins me on the phone line. Siddhant, have you heard what the ministry has had to say with regards to these calls for extradition of Sheikh Hasina? Has there been any recent reaction coming in from the ministry? And also, what has been India's stance when it comes to this request?
Well, right now it looks like that there is going to be no further diplomatic communication from Bangladesh side to India regarding the extradition of Sheikh Hasina, because since I've spoken to the press secretary, and what I could sense after speaking to him is that they have stated their position that they want Hasina to be extradited, and a low-level diplomatic note has already been sent to India, and they have their own, grounds on which they are asking for extradition, which is corruption cases and human rights violation, etc., etc. Now they are saying that it is up to India to respond to that communication. So till yesterday, we were expecting that there could be another such note to be served to India, or maybe some other channel to be used by Bangladesh to convey to India. But it looks like that's not going to happen. So Yunus interim government has completed 5 months in Bangladesh, and in fact, he said even I spoke to him about the increasing closeness of Bangladesh with Pakistan because it is a matter of concern for Indian security framework in the subcontinent. To which he said that there needs not to be worry about it because Mohammed Yunus wants to revive SARC, and for that he wants regional cooperation through SARC, and even the goods that came from Pakistan, we have been transparent on that. We have given out the list for it. And he also said that there is no plans of allowing Pakistan army in Bangladesh. Perhaps the tone of the Bangladesh has gone down, Akanksha. And there is a lot of positive signals that we are getting from Bangladesh, from their ministers, from the chief advisor, and now from chief advisor's press secretary. And in fact, they look forward for good relations with India. In fact, when I asked him when Mohammed Yunus would be visiting India, to which he said that all his visits to US or Egypt or to Davos have been for the multilateral event. So there has not been any bilateral visit yet. But as far as his visit is concerned, that is up to the foreign ministry to decide.
Siddhant, at the same time, even her son Sajib Wazid Joy has always maintained that while his mother may continue to stay in India, it is no indication that the country is giving her any kind of asylum, and any reports indicating any such development are only false and misinformation. At the same time, the ICT in Bangladesh, the International Criminal Tribunal, has issued a second arrest warrant with a deadline for 12th of February. What does this indicate on the kind of pressure that New Delhi is buckling under? Is there any pressure of sorts or not?
Well, New Delhi is not at all in any pressure because, as I said earlier, also that the diplomatic note verbal is considered as a low-level communication. So it has not been done at the highest level or through the highest office to the highest office of India. Now. In fact, in the last press briefing of Ministry of External Affairs, when this question was asked about what does India has to say about the extradition request, to which Ministry said that they don't have anything much to say on that. So all Ministry has said, and perhaps that is the position of the Government of India, that we have received the note, and that is something which they have confirmed, they have acknowledged. Other than that, there is nothing that Ministry has said so far. Now there are reports emerging that India has extended her stay in India. Perhaps, in fact, I asked that question to Mr. Shafiqul Alam also, the press secretary to Mohammed, to which he said that these are reports. Nothing has been conveyed to us officially. So there was pressure on the Yunus government to ask for Hasina's extradition that they have asked for. Now, it looks like there's not going to be any second request coming from Bangladesh anytime soon, or any other channel to be used by Bangladesh to ask for Hasina's extradition. All they are looking for right now is trade, good relations with India. And perhaps the revival of SARC could be one point of contention between the two countries, because India is definitely not on the same page when it comes to revival of SARC. For India's focus has always been BIMSTEC. BIMSTEC is the new grouping for the regional cooperation. So that could be one. But other than that, it looks like that there's not going to be any other or second request coming from Bangladesh anytime soon.
Siddhant, given that Dhaka also has a panel which is currently investigating these crimes against humanities and allegations of the genocide which have been slapped on Sheikh Hasina, the fact of the matter is, will such a panel be given permission to come to India if there is no extradition of the former Bangladeshi Prime Minister happening? A. B. Will now that investigation happen in India? All right, we'll try and reconnect with Siddhant on that note, but with that, it's time to step into a quick break. We'll bring you the latest inputs. Stay tuned to CNN News 18.